Hello guys, and welcome to my first video in BFA. I'm so excited to be doing this video right now. I'm so happy that this new expansion is out. I've been having a blast for the last couple of days and I've been just playing this game way too much. It's completely awesome. And of course, as you guys can see, I haven't shaved in about a week because it doesn't give any rep with Champions of Azeroth. So in this video, I'm going to be talking mostly about how you can clear content efficiently on the Rogue, making use of two of the most OP specs at the moment, and how you can use these specs in both Mythic Zeros and in World Questing to increase your efficiency. Now, I understand that you guys don't have all day next week to, take off your jobs to play this game. Most of you guys probably took the first few days off, but coming up to Monday, you're probably not going to be able to spend that much time on the game. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, it is very important that you get through this content as soon as possible. In this video, I'm going to be going over how to do AoE as Outlaw and as the Sub-Rogue, and how to do a few neat tips and tricks around the map, and of course how to play the Rogue in World PvP and how to make use of your Vanish and your Stealth abilities. So without further ado, here's my video and enjoy. So first off, I'm going to be talking about what stats you want to be running on the Rogue and what you want to be doing in preparation for these raids. Because of course we are going to be doing a lot of Mythic Plus and raids in the next 2 or 3 weeks when they are unlocked. So what we want to be looking for when it comes to raids is we want to be going for a lot of haste in all of our builds. Yes, haste is actually simming the best for Outlaw, Sub, and Assassination at the moment, followed by crit for most of them as well. I haven't done too many sims for the Assassination Rogue, but right now it is purely haste and critical strike for the Sub and Outlaw Rogues, which are performing very well right now. Of course, if you are looking to do this content very nice and quick, you need to have AoE sets for both of these specs as well. So for Sub, we are going to be running a more crit and mastery heavy build when it comes to the Mythic Plus, which is going to devalue our haste a little bit. And for the Outlaw Rogue, I recommend sticking with the good amount of haste and then just going for critical strike and versatility from there. Next up, we're going to have a quick look at the talents for the Outlaw Rogue. Now, the perfect thing about this set of talents is they are really good in Mythic Plus and in single target situations, because Mark for Death only sims slightly behind Vigor on long fights and is probably better in short fights because it guarantees you a nice roll of bones off the bat. So if you don't want to be burning through a lot of tomes, I recommend this cookie cutter build, and it does really good damage in Mythic Zeros at the moment, and of course it does very well in the world questing areas. Now for Sub, I am going to say that this does get a little more complicated than the Outlaw Rogue. You are actually going to be changing up your talents quite a bit if you are going for the single target or the area of effect versions for this class. Now first up, we are going to be having a quick look at Secret Technique versus Master of Shadows. Obviously in burst AoE situations, Secret Technique is going to be great, and Master of Shadows is going to be very good when it comes to the single target, really keeping up our uptime with our shadow strikes and stuff. Then after this, the rough rule of thumb, if you are running Secret Technique, you want to be running Dark Shadow to make sure that you are upping your burst for this ability. And then if you're running Master of Shadows, you want to be going for Enveloping Shadows, as it's more of a sustained shadow strike sort of build. After this, Mark for Death is currently simming the best for our single target, and I do recommend it for 1 to 2 targets, especially if targets are dying. However, Deeper Stratagem is going to be our go-to when it comes to a lot of Mythic Plus scenarios, especially the AoE that I was talking about earlier. So if you have 6 targets, the Deeper Stratagem is going to just be insane. Stacking it with Dark Shadow and Secret Technique is going to be absolutely amazing. After this, we're going to be running Shadow Focus and Find Weakness for both of these variations. And there is actually a build with Weapon Master that might actually be simming slightly higher. However, for Mythic Plus, Find Weakness is definitely the superior build. Now for some tips and tricks when it comes to the Rogue in World PvP and World Questing, for if any enemies are nearby. Now what this means is that if they put some dots on you and stuff, you can just completely cloak it, use your Vanish, and then let your Vanish go uninterrupted. Of course, if they have physical effects, this doesn't work as well. But in my opinion, this makes the Rogue the best thing at getting out of these sticky situations in the world PvP. And of course, you want to really be good at picking your fights. One trick that I'll do when it comes to world questing, I'll wait until a mob is very low. I'll be sitting next to it in stealth, and as soon as it's about to die, I'll just throw a shuriken at it, and then I'll try either re-stealth or just vanish straight after. You get the tag, you get all that stuff, and you know, you can get out pretty easy. So remember to make good use of the whole war mode thing as a rogue, because we are obviously the best class in the game for dealing with these sort of situations. One more tip that I'm going to give you guys for the world questing is that you run Mark for Death, because you are going to be killing mobs one by one if you are questing by yourself. Now what this is going to mean is you can focus down mobs very easily and burst out a lot of damage very quickly. And of course for Outlaw, this is exactly the same as Sub. You just want to be running Mark for Death, and you want to be using it as much as possible. You can get some great value off this ability. So that just about wraps up my guide for how to play Outlaw Rogue in the first couple of weeks of the expansion. Now of course I'm going to be making sure that I release some guides in good time for the Outlaw Rogue and the Sub Rogue, as well as the Assassination Rogue for those people who do like playing it. However, right now I do feel like there are a few things up in the air. There are going to be sims that are going to be changed, and there are going to be things that are going to be hotfixed. However, when Mythic Plus dungeons and Heroic raids are going to be out, I'm going to make sure that you guys have the best resources anywhere, and I'll show you guys how to pump the DPS meters as a rogue. Thanks for watching guys, and of course if you want to stay tuned with my BFA content, make sure you subscribe me. I'm going to have a lot of videos up in the next few weeks for the rogue and a lot of other melee DPS classes. Thanks for watching guys, and enjoy the new expansion.